Namaste friends, I hope you're doing well. Let's continue the Mars series. Now what happens when Mars goes to your 6th house? You see the 6th house is also the house of Dushtana. Dushtana is the evil house, it's a house that we should stay away, 6, 8 and 12. So if you have this combination, if you have Mars in your 6th house, you are also known as the workaholic. Okay, you work until exhaustion. All right, work is worship for you. You put a lot of energy into your work, and because Mars is there, that tenacious ability that you have within yourself will have also a sense of ego inside that. So which means that you will think you are the only one who's actually working. So if you're working in a team, chances are you'll get frustrated and fed up, and naturally you welcome prejudice towards the others whom you work with. Okay, so you do best if you're working by yourself. It doesn't matter if you're doing a business or you're working for a company or you're in a school. You do best when you're alone. Okay, because it's difficult to cope up with you, and due to your short temper, you just fuse off if someone doesn't actually follow the rules and processes and all that. Okay, this is something you have to understand. You are behaving in such way because Mars is in your 6th house. So if anyone else who feels that say your friend is having this attitude that I just mentioned, there is a high chance that your friend has a Mars in the 6th house. See, these things are energy based. It's science, in many ways. So it can't go wrong. Okay. So as I was saying, you get easily upset, and when someone does the procrastination in their job, you just want the job to be done right now. If you're a project manager or something, then you'll make a really good one because you want to push people until you get the job done. Okay, you have amazing abilities when it comes to organizing, sorting, classifying and analyzing things. You're very analytical. A lot of engineers have Mars in the 6th house, or generally Mars is very strong for them. Okay, you are defensive, and you just can't take criticism. Okay, anyone says something about your work, you'll get really angry. Or say you've done something and someone else comes and do your job, and they say that you've done a swag job or you've done a very bad job. Someone else comes and do your job, you'll get really, really, really angry with that. Okay, you get fused off. So if that happens, you tend to get a little bit devious, because remember the 6th house is also called the Shatru Bhava. Shatru means enemies. So you create a lot of enemies because of this thing. Although you will be successful, but then you will have very less friends because you just can't work with people. Okay, a lot of authoritative bosses are seen in this configuration. Okay, you sometimes you would use your power and positions to pull you up yourself even higher, and or bring down someone else when they are troubling you. Okay, it's something that you need to check, because the 6th house is the house of not only the house of service, not only the house of enemies, but it's also the house of disease as well. So if you have a weak Mars, chances are you'll have problems with your head. You get a lot of mental issues, a lot of stress, a lot of blood-related diseases are seen here also. Especially if it's debilitated, then you have many problems, especially diseases which will come to you. And that is why it's important to analyze your charts, once a while, get it done, consult a Vedic astrologer and correct it. Find where the problems are before it actually happens. Okay? But there's this thing about, if you have the Gemini as ascendant or rather Miduna Lagna, if you have that, if you're not sure what Lagna or ascendant is, I have it on my blog and also on the YouTube. You can have a go. If you have the Gemini ascendant, Mars becomes your ruler on both the 6th and also the 11th house, and that becomes a double significator of diseases. So in this case, when you have it, when you have Gemini as the ascendant, you must be very, very careful in the dasa of Mars, in the period of Mars, because it definitely affects your body, affects your health, definitely affects your health. So
you need to identify if you are going through a Mars dasa and if you have Mars in the 6th house. Okay, very very careful, very important to analyze this. um, but then again, you see natural malefic planets like the Shani, Rahu, Ketu, and Mars enjoy being in these places because they are also malefic. You see, so evil comes together. I mean, they really enjoy being it. So you as a person, although you are seen as a person who's not easy to work with, who's a bossy, who's arrogant and all that, but you as a person, you feel contented that your life is going through has how you plan. Okay, but one thing to note is the disease part. Other than that, you'll always feel that this is what you wanted to be in life, and that creates a lot of auspiciousness within yourself. It's just that people will see you very badly. This can be analyzed through Aruda Lakna actually. And Mars gives also good results in the 6th house, as I was saying. More so if it's on one of its own signs like Aries or Scorpio. If Mars is in Measure or Vrichiga, or it's in exaltations in Capricorn, then Mars will definitely give you strong features in the 6th house, which means your health will be good. You'll win over your enemies, your feelings in service, in helping people, in charity and all that will be very strong. And your work, when it comes to work, you will be the best in whatever you're doing. Your endeavors, your passion, your ambition will definitely come true. What else I can say? You see, Mars in the 6th house is also aspects, looks at the 12th, the 1st and 9th houses. Okay, that is why it makes someone, it makes you very fortunate, and you can vanquish actually your enemies. Because the way it looks at it is if Mars is, again, Mars must be strong, and if Mars is in your 6th house, it will be looking at your 12th, 1st and 9th house, and that is why you will feel that you're very fortunate. It's regardless of how people think about you. You really don't care about what people think about you. Okay, because naturally you feel that your life is going how you planned. So that's a little bit about what I think Mars would do in your 6th house. I hope it has been beneficial. Thank you. Namaste.